We're live. Good morning.
Hi. Good
Oh,
morning.
loud noises in the morning.
I have been up since 7:30, so I have been awake for 2 hours and 40 minutes, and am on coffee number two. One of the things
Uh-oh.
about being the director of a project is sometimes you're the first one in and the last one out the door. And you can
Hmm.
see the bags under my eyes, but you can also see the smile on my face. Because yesterday we managed to raise $5,661. We got past our baseline goal of keep everything going as is.
$4 and we get another palindrome.
$4 and we get another palindrome.
Yes.
And we are now on track to being able to bring our newsletter back. And there is much excite. And this morning I am getting to wake up with some of my favorite humans. We have going around the Zoom room. Ali, good morning. And what are you drinking?
Morning. I am drinking an espresso double shot, in my 80s space party mug.
Excellent. The origin of Ali Star Stuff is her username.
Yes.
The real fake admin sitting under the ruddy hot Jupiter. How are you and
Hello.
what are you drinking?
I uh, I woke up 30 minutes ago, and I'm drinking café con leche.
He's fancier.
Oh,
No, Hexacosacoron. Good morning, and what
Good
are you
morning.
drinking?
I am drinking water and wishing I had coffee.
Oh, I
I had tea
understand.
this morning, but I think
yeah.
after this panel, I'm probably going to go to the local McDonald's and get a coffee because closer than Tim Hortons.
I'm
Get
hoping
a
that
get a
Canada's,
hash brown.
yeah, I'm
Sorry,
hoping Canada's
McDonald's hash
McDonald's.
browns are, yeah, they're like restorative. I don't. Sorry, I'm very
Always double up.
caffeinated.
Our Instro. Good morning, sir, and what are you drinking?
Good morning. I'm drinking my White Girl pumpkin spice latte.
Yes.
That is amazing.
I'm not even kidding. It is, in fact.
They're delicious.
Hmm. It's the season,
It
right?
is.
Mhm.
It is. Keeper of Maps. Good morning, and what are you drinking?
Good morning. Well, I am drinking Aqua di Ottawa from the bottle that went with me to the World Championships for dragon boating.
That is just
Cheers.
Nice.
eighth in the world. This man's
Eight
boat for one
for
of the
for the 200
distances.
meter race.
For the
Yeah, for the 200-meter race.
Oh, that's awesome. I
eighth,
Yeah,
didn't
in
know
our
that.
class. Oh yeah.
eighth in the
That's
Yeah.
very
frickin'
cool.
world.
Yeah.
We may be proud of
Yeah.
our keeper. He's also the keeper of straight and narrow for the dragon boat. Guido,
Oh yeah.
good morning, and what are you drinking?
Yeah, good afternoon because it's 5 p.m. in Germany and I'm drinking first flush Nepal tea.
Nice.
It's appropriate for this time of day.
It is. It
Okay.
really, really is. Um, Veronica will be joining us in a moment. I am Dr. Pamela Gay, and because I have, um, according to Annie, I hate myself. I'm drinking coffee from a K-cup machine using the cheap coffee cups with nothing added to it. It is just
Oh my God. The Pamela has gone feral.
yeah, it's we normally have Annie Wilson here being the group mom during these events where she's the one doing the did you take a break? Did you drink? Eat this
Hmm.
food. And she says it in a tone of voice where you're not going to question what she's feeding you, you're going to eat it and you're going to clean your plate. And it's always amazing, and it always has more protein than you need. And this year, unfortunately, she caught the not the COVID, and is not with us, which meant that yesterday I ate chicken nuggies and oatmeal because I'm feral. But
Not feral, and I did not have any better meals.
you made Rice Krispie treats, sir.
Yeah, that's not a meal.
It can be.
People keep saying no.
I made it dinner on Thursday when you made your test batch. And I was happy about this.
The only protein I had yesterday was 9 chicken nuggets at the end of the night.
Dino-shaped chicken nuggets at that.
See, y'all are making me want chicken nuggets, and then like Noel mentioned going to McDonald's, and it's like I love McDonald's chicken nuggets. Like I know it's trash food, but oh my God, it's so good.
I think there was
And Midtown is mentioning, and I can second this, that we can't really hear admin.
Yeah.
Okay, one moment.
Oh, I just checked the chat, and chocolate covered espresso
check
beans
his
is one of my
microphone. I don't see
favorite
any
things.
lights on it.
turned off.
Okay.
Was it not charged?
Oh, is
Should have been
the
charged.
lapel mic being weird? The good news is there's like 2 or 3 others, and at least one should be
battery
charged.
is like, no, I shall die now.
Please excuse her.
Weird.
Technical
This was
difficulties.
fully charged.
I mean, it wouldn't be a
Wouldn't be
CosmoQuest stream
CosmoQuest.
without sound issues, right?
We have a what is it? A emote for that.
This one's fully charged.
When was it plugged in?
It says muted, but that's not
There it
quite,
is.
I know it wasn't last night.
not
Yeah.
quite.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Am I on? No, I'm not.
Perfect. Yeah, that's
Hello? Hey.
All right.
I should have a
All right.
hello. Funny Hex. Funny Noel.
So we have, over time, slowly but surely, got to bring more and more people out to Edwardsville.
someone donated $4. We
That
have a
is amazing.
palindrome.
We have a palindrome. Do we have a palindrome?
5665.
We has a palindrome. Okay, I love me some mathematical pattern matching.
They are just very satisfying to
They
look
really
at.
are.
I need
They
to pull
really,
up my
really are.
script that tells me the next palindrome. I made that last year for this.
I love
It's
that.
going to be 5775.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
it's a script.
5775 is indeed the next palindrome. I has joy. I has joy. So
I'm just remembering, like, I'm sorry, like, admin talking about this, writing a script for number palindromes made me think about the time that, like, I wrote a program for my, like, TI-85 calculator in high school that would do all the math problems for me.
Yep.
And my teacher was like, you can't, you're struggling to do the math, but you can do this.
Yep.
Yeah, I
They're
did
not the
software that
same.
helped me, and it wasn't good.
in grad school, I broke the brain of one of my professors. I had him in the fall semester for relativity, which is something that if you can think in 4 dimensions is hard, but not impossible. And it turns out my brain can do that. It can't spell, but it can think in 4 dimensions. And I was the human that prevented him from being able to curve the class. I was
Oh,
not
no, you were
favored by
that
my
person.
classmates. But
Oh,
like,
no.
yeah, I averaged over 97% for the whole semester.
my-
And the next person, who is now a full professor at the University of Arizona, was just a few points behind me. And then everyone else was like in the 60s and worse.
At least you weren't the only one.
No. So the 2 of us. But then the next semester I had him for statistics, which is like supposed to be one of those easy courses that you just like get an A in, no big deal. And you can't visualize statistics. They just are. And he was
I don't know about that.
Yeah, and then Gordon and I are like,
okay,
Data
my
visualization.
brain cannot a priori visualize probability.
fair.
Okay.
Yeah. And he was forever saying, you have got to just go redo this. And I barely got my B in that class. And he just could not grasp how one person in one body could totally get relativistic effects in binary star systems. But Poisson statistics of CCDs were just not happening.
Yeah, and that's like we're all like smart in different ways, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just it's for me it was really weird because like I was always bad at math. And I was told that I could not go into a science field because I was bad at math. And now here I am working in SciComm with scientists who all talk about being bad at math.
It's
Even in
also a
science, it
matter
takes
of
a
scale.
village to have a complete village, a complete science.
Yeah, and but it's like I also had this like revelation about 10 years ago that I wasn't actually bad at math. I just had bad teachers in high school.
Yeah.
That makes a difference.
And that's why I was struggling to understand it. And it's just,
That
I don't know.
that was me in calculus. I struggled with calculus for first year calc in university, and it's actually one of the reasons why I'm now a physical geographer, ironically working with numbers in my day job. We'll gloss over that. I don't have to do calculus.
I never took calculus in high school. My advisor wouldn't let me.
I took it for a year in high school, but it was first year university, and I got those tenured math profs who clearly
nice.
did not want to
Oh,
teach
yeah.
first year calculus to a bunch of people who
Mhm.
don't want to take first year calculus.
Ugh,
It
yeah.
wasn't until I got an offering that was run by a sessional lecturer, so somebody who was from the outside world who actually wanted to teach people how to do calculus. And it's like, wow, you can teach.
And that's the thing, it's like teaching is being able to teach a subject is a whole separate skill set from being
Yep.
knowledgeable in that subject. Like there is overlap, but like just because someone like say has a PhD in a subject doesn't necessarily mean that they can communicate it well.
No.
Being back in school, I'm getting a chance to observe which teachers know how to teach compared to their expertise. They're all experts in what they do, but
Mhm.
watching how the rest of the students actually absorb the information and how the teachers and students interact has been an observation. I won't go any further into it than that.
So Alan Gross suggested we make our goals palindromes, and I have done that. So the goals have been updated to $7,557 to bring the newsletter back, which honestly is
Love that.
actually slightly more accurate because I had rounded down slightly to make it make sense. And then $10,001 to allow us to get Ali a new computer.
Yeah,
need
if we
that
get to 10,000,
$1.
Ellie, no computer for you.
Yeah, I know. I
and
know.
I
We'll
had
get
the
to
same
10,000.
idea.
It's just like, nope, you don't get a computer. We're
Nope.
off by $1.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing that like I don't think Pamela
Hello.
talks about a lot is that she literally sits down with a spreadsheet, and I've gotten to see it a couple of times, and calculates the budget, and she calculates like literally the bare minimum we need. Like absolute bare minimum, and that's what she's asking for in donations. And so it's like I don't know. It's like the numbers look big, but it's like that's literally what it takes for us to operate and not like $1 more.
Yeah. And I do that for two reasons. One, I absolutely hate fundraising. Therefore, instead of like saying, well, if we did this and we did this and we did this other thing, then because that's just more work to fundraise. So if I calculate the bare minimum needed to function, it's less work for us to do. But the other thing is like the economy has super low unemployment right now, but everyone's underemployed. And I understand economics more than I wish. I actually switched majors in university because I didn't want to understand more economics. Uh,
I know this
Admin
of
has
you.
heard this many, many times. And I people don't have a lot to give. And so we're gonna stretch every single freaking dollar absolutely as far as we can. And that allows us to say this is what we need and ask honestly and know that no one should ever be able to come to us and say, well, you're just wasting taxpayer dollars and you're wasting donations. There is no way to ever accuse us of that.
Yeah.
And the amount of like our own equipment that Ali and I both use. Because
Yeah, this is mine, like my baby, my Yeti. Um, so yeah, like a lot of what we use is just our own equipment. But like I just really want a new editing machine.
yeah, and that's fair. I provide all my own equipment except for this giant, amazing monitor that's sitting in front of me. That was
It's
something
really
PSI,
amazing.
It
yeah,
is a nice monitor.
PSI got me this monitor so
It
that I
is.
could produce our PSI events during COVID, and I am so grateful for this monitor. It used to have a twin. Its twin died. It didn't survive the last hangout-a-thon.
Yeah.
But I still have one of them.
Sorry, I'm looking off to the side because we've been having problems with mice in our walls.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
And they finally went away, and I just heard them skittering back in. So,
Do the
Oh,
cats
I'm on
track the
vacation.
mice as they go through the wall?
yes, and I just, without going into too much detail, sometimes Flint catches one. Um,
He's
Good.
earning his keep.
Cats
He thinks
don't
they're
always
toys.
do what they need to once they catch the mice, though.
Yeah, he thinks it's one
No,
of his little like chew toys, so it gets a little,
No.
yeah.
I can vouch for that. Cats do not always do what they're supposed to do. They say
No,
they're murderers, but not all of them.
no. Flint's literally the only one that will go after mice and bugs. He also like we had a problem with like wolf spiders in our basement,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
and he
yes.
kept catching them, and but he likes to bring them to me.
Well, because you're not a very good hunter.
Also, cats, it's like instinctual for them to like share their kills with the other cats in their community. So they'll share it with their humans too. But he doesn't always kill them, so it's like sometimes he just will drop a live wolf spider into my lap.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they do with kittens.
Uh-huh.
Oh
That
my.
Teach them how to
uh,
hunt.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I can deal with the half of a rodent left in my kitchen for me. But if my cats start bringing me wolf spiders, I think she'd be looking for
A new human.
a new human.
Other
Yeah.
opportunities.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
glad I just have to deal with squirrels burying walnuts on the balcony. But a lot of walnuts because there's a walnut tree down in the backyard and they come and bury them only on my balcony, I think.
Nice.
Arnstra, have you heard any critters in the walls this hangout-a-thon?
I have not.
Okay. Yeah, so we recently had due to a massive hailstorm destroying our roof, we had our roof replaced, and since they were already going to be up on high ladders and everything, we're like, okay, so we have this problem where at the corners of where like our roof slope comes down and hits the house, critters have like made holes, and like you could stand in our driveway and watch the birds flying in and out of the walls. And we could hear squirrels. And at one point, tiny intern Lindsay, she took one of the hatches into the dormer of our wall off and came face to face with a family of squirrels and put the hatch back on and barricaded the hatch. Yeah, and so we're like, can you also tell us how much it would cost to fix the holes? And it wasn't that expensive, so we got it done. And I've had this. I really hope we didn't trap anything in the walls that was in the
Yeah,
house when they did
that's
this. But nothing came
'cause
into the house. There's been no odors, and so far no sounds. So I have a small hope that we may be a squirrel-free household. Maybe.
yay. Yeah, they're coming
Yeah.
in and through like a hole in our siding, and I could seal it up, but I need to actually get all the critters out first.
Yeah,
I don't want to trap anyone.
yeah.
They
My sister
can
had a
make
regular.
they do make one-way doors for just that situation.
Really?
Yes. They're little things, they put them on the no one ingress point, and then you let them all egress, and then you put in a permanent
Okay. Oh, I will look into that
plug.
because I'm trying to DIY it because
My sister has a regular influx of bees
oh no.
into her basement because there's a way for them to get in via the hose bib. There's like a tube of some kind of foam tube around the hose bib as it goes to the wall, and then there's a hole in that tube that the bees can get in. And I was living there
God.
for a while, and every day I was freeing a bee.
We my parents had a problem like after it was after Hurricane Opal. It was after a really bad hurricane. Where like and it like ripped a hole in their siding and we ended up with bats in the attic.
No.
And I remember my mom sending me up to the attic to like crawl around and look for them.
That's a way to get rabies.
Yeah,
That's in
I
the
am
belfry, eh?
amazed that I never got rabies, to be honest, because like I was also like handling some of the baby bats with my bare hands. And I didn't know that like bats were a rabies danger, but you know, here I am. I'm fine. Um,
Just a
but
little batty.
yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, at one point we had we are now roof number 2 of this house. Our roof when we bought the house was fairly old. Our house was a hot mess when we bought it, which is why we could afford it. It's still a bit of a hot mess, but much less of a hot mess. And one of the things that made our house affordable is the roof was leaking. And so we got it patched at that point, and we knew we were going to have to replace the entire thing within 5 years. And 4 years later, well, tiny intern who was at the time very tiny and a high school student, she was over borrowing cosplays, and her mom had come over with her, and she opened a closet door where I kept all my cosplays and found water streaming in through the light fixture.
No, that's not good.
And so we like emptied the closet instantaneously. And my husband, who was having a moment of I'm supposed to be compiling software right now, yanked the light fixture and box and wet drywall from the ceiling to figure out where the leak was, and we could access it from the attic, and bucket went in and roofers came and we got the new roof at that point. But this left my closet with a fairly large chunk missing from its ceiling that just went into that space between the roof of the house and the parts of the house human beings are in. And there was one day a couple years later when I opened the closet door because I had a friend who was about to visit, and I was grabbing probably bedding out of the closet, and there were bats, and I just closed the door. And I put giant post-it note on the door that just said, "Bats, do not open." And he comes up to me after he's visiting and he's like, "Do you actually have bats in the closet, or are you just trying to hide something from me?" This is my friend Llewellyn Falco. Some of you have seen him on stream. We've known each other since he was 17 and I was 18. And I'm like, "No, dude, there's actually bats in that closet." And he's like, "Okay, okay," and just walks away. The way only a friend you've had for a lot of years will just accept this reality. Yeah. Luckily, the bats eventually went away on their own. I reclaimed the closet. We still have not re-drywalled that ceiling 15 years later, but there is now a piece of poster board, like from a science fair project, stapled to the ceiling, preventing.
That's amazing.
I'm told to refresh the goal.
Oh.
We are at $5,775. It is still a palindrome. Hi.
Yay!
I love all of you. Thank you. Thank you.
Getting closer. Love to watch the red progress bar just be like, "Oop."
Yeah, yeah. We are now well less than $2,000 away from getting the newsletter back, which is extremely exciting. I has happy. Yeah, yeah. I love dreaming of this stuff. So Allie, what kind of computer do you dream of?
A Mac Studio.
Okay,
Ooh,
so
nice.
do you mind waiting until next summer when the new M4 chips come out?
Aren't they
No,
at Christmas?
I think I can survive
Yeah,
until
so they're supposed to come out either Q1 or Q2 of 2025. And I think waiting until the brand new chipset comes out is worth it. I'm personally, so I made the strategic error of when the i9 Macs came out, getting a MacBook Pro laptop for me, and like I totally bloated that computer with all the hardware I could dream of. And I was trying to stream from it, and I learned that if you connect 3 external monitors to a MacBook Pro, its battery drains faster than it charges.
Oh
And
God.
I was producing some content for NASA TV, and I needed
Oh
my computer
no.
to not turn off while I was doing live production for NASA TV.
Oh no.
And so I went, all right, I am going to do a 2-year no interest loan and get myself an Apple Mac Pro cheese grater of a computer. Also an
Mhm.
i9.
And it's pretty nice.
It's
It's
glorious. It's still keeping up. It's what we're using right now. But the problem I'm now hitting is these were like the last generation of i9s, and I didn't realize that Mac was going to change its architecture. And so
mhm.
now I'm getting, you don't have a Mac Silicon chip, therefore the software won't run on your computer.
Oh no.
And so my goal right now is to replace the studio computer with a Mac Studio next summer, and move the cheese grater to my office upstairs, which has daylight, and use it for work, and use the Mac Studio for streaming and art. And I own my computers personally, so I can put personal things on them. Um, the monitor is from PSI. Yeah, so this is my dream. And I now want to share my dream with you, Allie, that you
Mhm.
too can have an M4 silicon chip Mac.
Yes.
All right, we have dreams. And we hopefully
I
will have a budget.
yes. I loved it. Like those the Mac Studios are like they're actually really well priced for what all you get.
Yeah, and we're budgeting it so you can basically max out the memory. This
Well,
is
and
the
it'd be
goal.
nice to have the money there should anything go wrong earlier too.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah,
And
we've
with
had
my
that happen.
laptop, who knows?
Right,
Ooh.
right.
All
All
right, come
right.
up here.
Joy. We have joy. We have dreams. We have mornings, which are hard. I love the fact that right
You have
now,
coffee.
I hadn't noticed this till right now. This is sheer joy. This is getting screen captured.
Oh,
The amount we have is 5775. Our goal is 7557. It is
Oh, I
two
see that. Yes.
palindromes that are symmetric with one another.
Hmm. That doesn't mean we have to stay there.
No, it does not. I simply can screen capture it as a thing of joy. So what are the things that the rest of you dream of for CosmoQuest? Because like you've heard so far, Eric and Allie both want to be full-time working on production and news and science communications. You who are here consuming our content, what are the things you dream of?
More mapping.
So
Yeah.
that's coming. That's coming. My dream
Yeah, more
is
mapping.
one full-time week communications, one full-time week science alternating. And our production schedule allows that. That's why it's set up the way it is.
Oh, and an in-person event.
So, okay, I can actually talk about this now. It is looking
Sorry.
real enough. No. So this is happening. Kirby Runyon, who's one of my collaborators, works with a travel organization doing zero grav airplane flights and educational tours and a whole bunch of stuff. And I was like, I have been wanting to take the CosmoQuest community to Yellowstone for like a decade now. And so we're in the process of pricing out what it will take to make that trip possible, allowing multiple kinds of housing options to bring the trip up or down. We're looking at basically a 2 full days plus arrive the night before, leave the morning after, of geological tours, astrobiology, astronomical observing. It would be me as the astronomer and also talking about astrobiology because I like to read too much. He's a geophysicist. We're developing a citizen science project together to look at lunar melt. So he's part of CosmoQuest. You just haven't met him yet because our money has not come through yet
Welcome.
from NASA.
Kirby is a lovely, lovely
He
person.
really is. And then another person called Mark, who's an astronomy educator and does teacher professional development. So any teachers attending will be able to get continuing ed credits. And we're looking to do this we're still pricing. We're aiming for either August or September of 2025. And we should be able to start getting a registration system up in the next few weeks. So yes, Gordon, that is being worked on because I want
I
it
didn't
too.
know.
Okay.
And what episode of Astronomy Cast did you guys just do? What number?
7:30.
We're getting close, Dave.
I know, right? I think it's Guido's turn to host 750 over in Europe. No pressure.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
you've got 20-ish weeks.
Yeah, that would be
25 weeks
He
because
takes some
that
breaks
would
in
at
there.
least
Yeah.
be that would at least be a solution for my travel cost problem.
I love Germany. My brain, I took German in high school and I also took Russian in high school because I went to Russia. And my brain, when it panics, throws out the wrong language sometimes. And this, because I know more Russian words than German words, led to a great deal of confusion, especially when I was talking to East Germans. Anyways, I clearly am babbling at this point because I'm happy and over-caffeinated. So what other things do y'all dream of? So I'm hearing face-to-face trips, Astronomy Cast 750 in Europe, apparently.
That may stay a dream. We're we had to work quite a bit and get herded by a certain former much loved member. But yeah, we would like to see some in-person stuff, and it's nice to hear that that's my particular wish is to be more available for things that are being yeeted into the outer darkness. Rocket launch coverage and observing of different things like test stand firings of new engines and these kinds of things. I would love to be able to do more of those with the community as opposed to just kind of popping the link into the Discord and letting
Yeah.
people watch.
Yeah, I did miss that.
Mm-hmm.
So
That would be nice.
one of the things
I'm looking forward to being able to stream citizen science again.
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
probably I'm going to be
Actually have a better quality headset and webcam and things than when I tried to do it during Bennu.
I'm excited to be able to participate in my first citizen science project because I joined shortly after all the stuff with Benno wrapped up.
obligatory F Bennu.
I think your mic might be off, Pamela.
What?
I'm only
No.
hearing
Sorry.
you kind of ambiently.
I said obligatory F Bennu.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yep. We almost
So
need
many
AI
rocks.
on the stream that just puts that into the chat whenever it hears it said.
So Jillian asked, "When are you coming to Dubai, Pamela?" So it's one of these things. It all depends on money. Aviva Yamani, who you will see later on today, is
In just like 12 minutes.
yeah, she's in Indonesia, in Bandung, and we have great dreams of traveling and going through Dubai is the easiest way for us to do the things we want to do. And there's periodically astronomy conferences in Dubai. There's things coming that I can't share yet, but hopefully in the next 2 years I'll be there. Yeah. Now we are, okay, whose dreams haven't we gotten to? Noel and Guido, quickly, what are your dreams?
More more planetary geology. So like mapping stuff. I
That
want to
is
see more
definitely
surface.
coming.
I want to see more moon surfaces, more asteroid surfaces. Some Kuiper belt objects in here.
That's
Maybe.
harder. We don't really have Kuiper
I
belt
know, but-
surfaces.
That's expensive.
We don't have a spacecraft.
And time consuming, yeah.
What about you?
Comet
Guido?
surfaces, energy.
Yeah, comet surfaces may happen.
Something icy with volatiles.
Mm-hmm.
There's a project that I'll be working on that's actually looking at the torus around Jupiter that's generated by eruptions of Io. So we're looking at fire, which means we need to have ice in there as well somewhere. Guido, what about you?
Sad Spocks.
I would just be happy for all this to continue, even if we don't have a big budget, just to go on and not stop doing this.
Yeah.
Even maybe we have a big budget, maybe we have a small budget, but just go on. This is the main thing.
Yeah, it's gonna keep going. We have learned that we can keep it going, and currently we have a small budget, and we're keeping it going. It's what we do.
Yeah, I definitely want to see more citizen science projects where hopefully I could do some software on.
Yeah.
But that also requires money. And definitely in-person events too. Just because I haven't been here long enough to have experienced an in-person event outside of this and the eclipse that happened, but there haven't been any actual things that we all hang out with the community.
Well, there
I
was
went
a
to-
pandemic.
I went to see
Yes.
Veronica visit Edwardsville and Guido visit, or us visit Guido. I don't know which is more
I would love
likely.
to visit Guido.
I'm up for visiting
Same.
Guido.
Yeah.
That's all because of Guido, right?
It's true. We need to see what's for dinner in person.
Yeah.
Correct.
So we are watching people for the next session pile in, and I need to swap the streams over. So parting words while I get things ready to throw to interstitials. Allie, I'm going to let you do all the parting words.
Oh, I get to do the parting words. She loves to put me on the spot.
I do.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. Yawn.
You're wearing my favorite t-shirt, by the way. I love that one.
Yes, my Labyrinth shirt. Yeah, so we're looking forward to day 2 of Hangoutathon, and hopefully we will meet our second stretch goal so I can get a computer. I'm just never gonna shut up about that. So next up on the schedule, we have our little 15-year 365 days of astronomy celebration with some of the contributors joining us. And then we're just gonna have a lot of cool stuff about sci-fi and science communication, and just looking forward to hanging out with all of y'all more today. Does anyone else have parting words?
I think
No.
go forth, grab more coffee, take a bio break. We will be back in 7 minutes with 15 years of 365 days of astronomy. All right. Stay tuned, everyone. We'll be right back.
Bye.
Coffee.